بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Riba actually means in Arabic unnatural growth. When we say unnatural growth, it's something that should strike you. Have you heard of cancer? We all have heard of cancer, right? What is it? It's unnatural growth of cells. That's exactly what it is. Cancer destroys a man if not checked at the proper stage. And exactly same for riba. Riba will destroy you if you do not check it properly. Now, Prophet Muhammad said, there's a curse upon the person who deals with riba. He gives in interest. He gives loans with interest. Again, the taker, the one who is taking interest with loan with interest, the one who is witnessing it, and the one who is documenting it, all are equally cursed. Even though the documenter is not directly involved, everyone is equally cursed. And that is the situation about riba. And interest from trade. Some people say, a lot of people who are learned people come to this argument that interest is not very different from trade. But then trade and interest. Trade is something that you profit and loss. There is a possibility to do profit and there is a possibility for loss. Interest, there is nothing like that. Interest, almost always you get into profit, except when the economic boom happened. That is, the interest is based on a hypothetical situation that there is no possibility of loss. And that's exactly what all our economies are running based on. And that's why, and economic booms are a proof. They have been predicted, and the very happening of 2008-2009 economic boom is a proof that interest-based economy is not a safe one. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Now, why is it haram? Why is riba haram? Why is interest-based transaction? It's basically making money. Okay, you can simply sit in a room and sleep. All you have to do is loan enough money, and that's all. It'll be making money for you. You're not doing any hard work, nothing at all. That is making money. That is not supposed to happen. Now, you could be sleeping and making money. That's not something. And say something happens to you. You loan money. I mean, you take loan from some bank or something, and then something happens to you. It's not something that we as Muslims have to anticipate and live such that death could occur any moment. We anticipate every morning when we wake up for Fajr, we should anticipate Akhirah, the last day. Until the sun is rising from the east, you don't know whether it is the day of judgment that day. And that is the way we have to be living. That level of consciousness, however small, should be there. That small fire should be there within us. However small it is, it should be there within us. That presence is supposed to be there. And imagine something happens to you. Just for the sake of argument, something happens to you. Who is going to take care of it? Like whether you're alive or dead, doesn't matter. Who will be taking care of it? Your children, your family, they are the ones who are burdened. You are robbing yourself of your future if you're alive, and your family, those dependent on you, of their future in case something happens. Risk. That level of risk. You are gambling with your future and the future of those who are related with you. That is what riba-based transactions are. Allah says in the ayah, same 275 to 281, the page before the debts, Allah talks about riba itself. الَّذِينَ يَأْكُلُونَ الرِّبَا, those who eat out of riba, لَا يَقُومُونَ إِلَّا كَمَا يَقُومُ الَّذِينَ, they will not be standing except as يَتَخَبَّتُهُ الشَّيْطَانِ, being beaten by shaitan, min al-mas, with insanity, hit by shaitan with insanity, touched by Satan with insanity. How is it? I think if you have heard that phrase, you will know. Being touched with insanity by shaitan. That is not something, it's like someone going really, really crazy, being possessed or something like that. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا الْبَيْعُ مِثْلُ الرِّبَى. They are the ones who say trade is similar to riba. وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعُ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَى. Allah says, I made trade halal and I have made interest haram. And who are you? It's like asking, who are you to question it? فَمَنْ جَاءَهُ مَوْعِظَةً مِّن رِبَا فَانْتَهَى فَلَهُ مَا سَلَفَ وَأَمْرُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَمِنْ عَادَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ النَّارِ هُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. You accept what Allah says, you take admonition from what Allah says, this message, then it is good for you. If you are not taking admonition, then you are amongst the dwellers of hellfire, and you will abide therein forever. You will be there forever. Yamhaqullahu riba. Allah destroys, obliterates, means like you don't, you destroy something that not even ashes remain behind. Allah obliterates riba. Yamhaqullahu riba wa yurbis sadaqat. Riba means unnatural growth, and Allah uses it with sadaqah. Sadaqah grows unnaturally, He says. He's asking us to indulge in sadaqah. He's telling us stay away from riba. He'll destroy it and He'll unnaturally grow sadaqah. Wallahu la yuhibbu kulla kaffarin athim. Wallahu la yuhibbu. Allah does not like yuhibbu love. When you put love behind it, it's like hates. Kulla kaffarin athim. Kaffar and athim is like continuously sinning. He says interest is something that you continuously sin in. It's not like you pay 100 rupees, you get back 120. It's not like that. You get 10% per annum, again 10% per annum, something like it. Keeps coming. You make 110 one year, next year you're going to make 220, 230 or something like it. Keeps going. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَأَقَامُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتَوُا الزَّكَاةَ. If you are amongst those who believe and you uphold prayers, وَآتَوُا الزَّكَاةَ, you give zakah, لَهُمْ أَجْرُهُمْ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ, their reward is with Allah. وَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ, there is no fear upon them, وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ, they will not grieve in the hereafter. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, O you who believe, اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ, fear Allah, وَذَرُوا مَا بَقِيَ مِنَ الرِّبَا, and give up what is left of riba. Give up everything. In kuntum mu'minin, if you are a believer. Allah calls you believer, then says fear me and give up riba if you are a believer. He's challenging your own faith. He's basing your faith based on the fact that if you are not giving up riba, you are not a Muslim. You are not a believer. فَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلُوا فَأَذَرْ بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. If you do not comply, then know of a war from Allah and His Messenger. Be warned of a war from Allah and His Messenger. وَإِن تُبْتُمْ فَلَكُمْ رَؤُوسٌ أَمْوَالَكُمْ. If you regret, if you do tawbah, then for you is the principle. And later in the ayahs, Allah says, if you are lending to someone, non-interest based transactions also, if someone is facing difficulty to pay it, give him time. Give him time to pay it back. And if you give it away, in the sense, if you write it off in the name of charity, then you really don't, Allah says, you really don't know what its benefits are. Means you can't even think about it. So that, my dear brothers, is about interest. And lastly, I'd like to say something about one of the shocking hadith. Prophet said 1 dirham or something, in that days it was like 1 paise. Okay, in riba is more severe than 36 acts of zina with your own mother. That's what Prophet said. It's a hadith in Musnad ibn Ahmad. We all have interest in our bank accounts. Pretty sure. 1 paise, 100 paise makes 1 rupee. 1 paise, I just said I don't want to repeat it. But anyways, we have at least 10-15 rupees will be coming for people with small balances. People with big balances, more will be coming. Dispose it off. Do not keep it. I've been hearing people telling me that, okay, I'm busy right now, I'll do it later. That's not the thing. You do not know. See, I told you about the issues that happens when you go and stand in front of Allah with a debt. It's halal. As far as we know, it's halal. But don't do it. Stay away from it as much as possible. But then, for that, your very entrance, 3 times shaheed, and you could not enter paradise until your debts are paid off. That is the situation for a person in debt. That is owning other people's money. Owning haram money, brothers, I don't think I have to tell you about it. It's one of the 7 sins, worst sins in Islam. Please do anything, take immediate action. Go get your interest out of your bank. If you have loans, make sure either there are some certain conditions upon which loans are allowed. Very, very strict conditions. Very hard to find someone meeting those conditions to go into loan. But then, if you are having loan, make sure you you pay it back as soon as possible. Write it off, finish. If you have loaned someone some money and under interest, please refrain from collecting any interest anymore. Just interest and debts. There's something. Money is something serious. Even if it is a rupee, there's a man's sweat and blood involved in it. You're playing with that. Money that is not yours, money that is yours either in a halal way or a haram way. If it is halal, then it is a debt. If it is haram, it's riba. Please, do not do it. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وذروا ما بقي من الربا إن كنتم مؤمنين فإن لم تفعلوا فأذنوا بحرب من الله ورسوله وإن تبتم فلكم رؤوس أموالكم لا تظلمون ولا تظلمون
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله